Right, we're going live. I am now live. I'm sorry I'm late, everybody, and you will find that I am actually on a different channel, which doesn't really help. So we'll see if anybody is alive or not. Need to. Somebody signed in. Yeah, I'm very sorry about this, everybody. If you go to my YouTube channel, anybody, calling everybody, go to my YouTube channel and you'll be able to see me live. Unfortunately, for some reason, the stream that I put in earlier, it would not go. So you've now got me live on my normal channel or a new channel. And let's see whether you can all log in. Let's just hope you can. Home Alone 6, they are here. Well done, Home Alone 6, for finding me. I'm very sorry about this. Bit of a cock-up on my half. I was trying to do something, it didn't work. Now then, I haven't had a glorious day today. The sun's been shining. It's been absolutely fantastic out there. And we have got a good quiz for you tonight with, what have we got? 6 exciting rounds of general knowledge to keep you all going. As I mentioned, I'm very, very sorry about the cock-up with the link tonight. It hasn't worked for some strange reason, but never mind. So I'm just hoping people can join us on this new link, which is basically just on my YouTube channel, Pewey1957. And I suppose for those of you that haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, you might find it difficult to find me. But never mind, let's see who can. Lisa's she's put afternoon all. This is afternoon all from a very hot California. Forecast to be 100 degrees later. I have seen the lovely weather in the UK also. I hope everyone is well and enjoying the sun. I found you eventually. Thanks, Lisa. I'm glad you found us. Yeah, it's been fantastic here as well. We've had a lovely day, probably the sunniest day of the year so far. My solar roof, nearly 50 kilowatts today, which is just about the record for, well, certainly the record for the year so far. And it's been shining, and it's still shining even now as the sun's beginning to go down in sunny Rugby, but never mind. So it's great to see you. Faye's just joined us saying, hi, Nick and Lydia. Hope you're having a good weekend. Jackie and I are ready to rock and roll. And Andrew's just joined us. He's saying, evening, all from a sunny Yelvertoft. The weak links are now zoomed and ready for the challenge. Excellent. All right, Martin, how's things with you? I trust you and Tina are keeping well. And same to you, Andrew. And Jane, I hope you're both keeping well. I'm raring to go in tonight's quiz. Our PRS are just signing in. Nice to see you, PRS. I'm very sorry about the missing link, so to speak, on the webpage tonight, Facebook webpage. I was mucking about, so to speak, and put it on without the camera, so I had to switch it back off again and on. Of course, by that time, the link had expired, so we had to tell Laura again. Never mind. I know most people can find me if they look hard enough on their YouTube channel. We'll just go back over some of the past quizzes. Now then, tonight we have 6 rounds as usual. We're starting off round number 1 tonight is entitled Sunday the 30th of May, because that's what it is today, apparently, Sunday the 30th of May. I will just have to bring up the rounds because, as I say, I actually mucked it up a bit, but never mind. Right, here we go then. Round number 2 tonight is entitled Science and Nature. Science and Nature, some testing questions in there for you. Round number 3 will be entitled An Initial Letter Link. We're all doing an initial letter link. They're 10 general knowledge questions where the answer to the final question can be spelt out by rearranging the first letters of the first 9 answers. Ian said, I'm here from Saundersfoot. I thought, Ian, you said you weren't going to log in tonight, but cheers to you, Ian. I hope you're really enjoying the sunny weather and having a great time. Are you where are you actually in? Are you in a caravan or are you in a hotel? Or you'll have to let me know. Penny's just joined us. Said, evening, Nick and Lydia. Hope you're all well. Still sunny here too, but not very warm today. Well, it is beginning to warm up a bit. It was certainly in the sunshine. It's been beautiful, warm afternoon, that's for sure. But it's beginning to cool down a little bit, although it's still very warm in my house, of course. We've had the air conditioning on this afternoon to cool ourselves down a bit, but never mind. Round number 4. Round number 4 tonight is entitled An Art and Literature round. We have 10 general knowledge questions on the subject of art and literature. So I hope that'll suit some people, not others, of course. Round number 5 tonight is a connections round. We've got 2 sets of 4 general knowledge questions plus a question asking for a connection between the previous answers. So you'll get the idea of that. We've done that many times. And of course, round number 6, as usual, is very similar. It's just a general trivia round to keep you going. What's that? Ian's just Martin's saying, Ian, I hope it has been unusually sunny in the land of my fathers. I think you'll find, Martin, it probably has today. Even by Welsh standards, I expect it's been a lovely summer's day, even in Wales, so to speak. Not that you get many of them in Wales. I expect they've had a dreadful May, really, for weather. I expect we've had plenty of rain in Wales during the month. But never mind, let's see whether there's a change. Right, Jed and Tracy have just joined us. Who say good evening all from Jed and Tracy, in from a sunny Burton. Sunny Burton on Trent. So it's great to see you, and I hope it has been a lovely day. We've been out enjoying the sun, that's for sure. Been sat in the garden this afternoon, looking over my quiz to make sure I haven't made too many mistakes tonight, but never mind. Now then, according to my records, that was what I was mucking about with. I was trying to find out who had actually won last week. Because it had all gone a bit pear-shaped, as I say, with the missing link, so to speak. But I mucked it up a bit. Now, I only got as far as 1 or 2 teams, but even so, I got the teasers certainly on 61 points last week, and they were hotly pursued by PRS on 60 points. We got the Rugby Rotary Club on 59, along with Carol Green on 59. Then we had Pig and Mix and Paul and Trish on 58, the Yorkies on 57, with Mick Roberts and Pinky and Perky on a fantastic 55 points. Now, as I say, I didn't actually get to the bottom of the list before I suddenly realised that I'd cocked up the link tonight, but never mind. So obviously, if you were the winners last week, you'll have to let me know if anybody beat 61 points. They may well have done, I don't know. But all the same, there were some cracking scores last week, and let's see whether we can do the same tonight. Stuart's just joined us. He says, Don Quixote signing in from Rugby and London. So good evening to you, Stuart. I hope all is well. And Don Quixote, of course, I don't think they won last week, but the week before, I think they were their overall winners. So I'm sure going to be enjoying tonight's quiz. Ian, Martin Davis, been to Freshwater East. Ooh, very nice. Ian Barker's just joined us. Good evening, Ian. I hope you've enjoyed yourself. Ian's been on holiday. He's been out in, where's he been? Portugal. So I hope you've had a cracking time out in Portugal, Ian, and they've let you back in. You don't have to quarantine, I trust. Not really sure, but never mind. I hope you've had a great time. Now then, we have, as I say, I managed to get the link the wrong way round tonight. So I think we're going to have a few teams missing just because of my stupidity that would have joined. But never mind, there's still 28 people signed on at present. So it's still great to see so many teams logging in and going well. Georgie has just joined us, Georgie and Rory, along with Linda from the Yorkies tonight. And the Famous Five have also just joined us. So good evening, John. As I say, I'm sorry about the missing link tonight. If you log in via Facebook or whatever, it won't work. But never mind. Jane's just joined us. Said Jane and Graham here from sunny Sale. Oh, fantastic. Well, that's a nice place. You're not doing it in the car again, are you, Jane? Doing it as they were coming down the motorway the other week. Fantastic to see you all. And I hope you all do well tonight. Now then, let's just run through those rounds again as people are still logging on. We start tonight, as usual, on a Sunday night, surprisingly. The first round is entitled Sunday, the 30th of May. So we use the initial letters of the word Sunday, the 2 numbers, 3 and 0, 2 letters T and H, and then the 3 letters M, A, and Y. So Sunday, the 30th of May. That's round number 1. Round number 2, as I'd mentioned earlier, is a Science and Nature round. Science and Nature round. Round number 3 is entitled An Initial Letter Link, where we've got 10 questions, general knowledge, where the answer to the final question can be spelled out by rearranging the first letters of the first 9 answers. Round number 4 tonight is an Art and Literature round. An Art and Literature round, bit highbrow for us all tonight. Round number 5 is entitled Connections. So we've got 2 sets of 4 questions, general knowledge, plus questions asking for a connection between the answers in each of the sets. And then finally, just to see you all off, tonight we've got general trivia round number 6, and we'll see how we fare with that. Now, I've had 1 or 2 people text me tonight saying they're having barbecues and can't join us, but all the same, I can understand that because the weather has been so fantastic. There's nothing better, I suppose, than sitting in the back garden. I nearly did the quiz al fresco today, but I got the feeling it's going to drop a bit cool by the time we get to 9:30. Whatever, so it's probably best to don't do it outside, but never mind. Right then, let's see who else has just joined us. We've got Clive and Janet, the teasers. They've just joined us. They're saying hi all from a sunny Stockton. Mick and Bev are now online at last. Yes, I'm sorry, Mick. As I was saying, there was a missing link tonight. You just have to follow my YouTube page, really, to find it in the end. David and Anderson have just joined us from sunny Essex. Chris has just joined us. Chris Meads, good evening, Nick and Lydia. Good evening to you, Chris. Ian Miller might as well have stayed offline. Martin Days, oh, wait a minute, he's still talking about Wales here. Mike Yates has just joined us. He said, evening all, bit of a problem getting the link to work tonight. Well, that's probably my fault, nobody else's fault. The link didn't actually work whatsoever. You just had to go to my YouTube page, which happens occasionally with this thing. If I sign in without my camera being set up properly, it blanks the screen, and I've done that before. It's the same with the microphone. You can't change it once you've gone live, which seems stupid, but never mind. Right, Footy Fox will also just join us. So they're saying Footy Fox 86. Hi, good evening all. So it's good evening to Footy Fox, and Trisha's just joined us. Ridgeways from Welton and Hove signing in. Excellent. That's what I like to see. Welton and Hove contingent. Nice to see all the Ridgeways, and let's see whether you can play as well as you did last week, because Paul and Trish last week, 58 points out of a possible 63, I think 65 maybe, I think it was 63. So there were only 5 points short of a full house last week. So let's hope the Ridgeways can keep up the tradition. Right then, everybody, it is now 2015. So without further ado, we have 40 people signed on. I think we'll get a few more before we get through the first round. There's always a few latecomers, but never mind. I'm 1 or 2 people now back doing the quizzes in the pubs, but so be it. We're not starting yet. It's not until we get out of this full lockdown period. Right, evening, Neil and Katie. Yeah, yes, evening, Neil and Katie. Right then, everybody. Without further ado, this is question number 1, round 1, starting with the letter S. What company introduced the Betamax video recording system in 1975? Oh, they were the days, the old Betamax and VHS wars. So question 1, what company introduced the Betamax video recording system in 1975? It's not too testing, that starts with the letter S. Right, question number 2, starting with the letter U. Letter U. What country won its independence between 1811 and 1828, following a 4-way struggle between Portugal and Spain, and later Argentina and Brazil? So question number 2, starting with the letter U, what country won its independence between 1811 and 1828, following a 4-way struggle between Portugal and Spain, and later Argentina and Brazil? Well, it's great to see so many people logged on. With 46 logged on now. It's getting better. Right then, everybody. Question number 3, starting with the letter N. This is a 2-word answer. What world leader used his control of European ports to institute a blockade, excluding British trade from the continent in what was known as the Continental system? So question 3 is a 2-word answer, starting with the letter N. What world leader used his control of European ports to institute a blockade, excluding British trade from the continent in what was known as the Continental system? That only came about because we blocked their ports in the first place, but never mind. Question number 4, listen carefully. What hit song for the band Oasis begins, slip inside the eye of your mind, don't you know you might find a better place to play? So question 4 again, what hit song for the band Oasis begins, slip inside the eye of your mind, don't you know you might find a better place to play? And that is our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 word answer I'm after, starting with the letter D. Question number 5, more suited to the art and literature round, but never mind. Question 5, what fruit appears in the 1964 René Magritte painting, The Son of Man? Very famous painting, I'm sure we've all seen it. So what fruit appears in the 1964 René Magritte painting, The Son of Man? Do you remember that starts with the letter A, of course? Question number 6, this starts with the letter Y, which makes it a bit easier for you. What small toy was referred to as a bandolier in the 17th century? I'm sure we had that some time ago, but never mind. I do remember looking at that before. But question 6 again, what small toy was referred to as a bandolier in the 17th century? Do you remember that starts with the letter Y, which makes that a bit easier for you? I'm looking at myself there. I think I could have done with a shave, but never mind. The camera's too good. Oh dear. Question number 7 starts with a number 3. Measured in millimeters, what is the basic film gauge most commonly used for both analog photography and motion pictures? So question 7 again, measured in millimeters. What is the basic film gauge most commonly used for both analog photography and motion pictures? Question number 8. This is one for Anthony Ridgway. He lived in America for, well, all you American truth. Question number 8. On an American roulette wheel, what green pocket is directly opposite the 0? Do you remember that's got to start with a 0 as well? So on an American roulette wheel, what green pocket is directly opposite the 0? That's an interesting question. One I'd not heard of, I have to say, but never mind. I'm sure 1 or 2 of you might be able to guess it. Question number 9, a bit of history and geography rolled into one. Although it only lasted 18 minutes, the Battle of San Jacinto gave what republic its independence from Mexico? Do remember that starts with the letter T, which makes it a lot easier if you think of places near Mexico that start with the letter T. So question 9 again, although it only lasted 18 minutes, the Battle of San Jacinto gave what republic its independence from Mexico? You put the aircon on if you want and you'll open the back door. Just open the back door. Question number 10 starts with the letter H. Founded as a monastery by David I in 1128, which building in Edinburgh is the official Scottish residence of the British monarch? I'll accept a couple of answers to that, but starting with the letter H, founded as a monastery by David I in 1128, which building in Edinburgh is the official Scottish residence of the British monarch? Very refreshing beer tonight. It's just what we need on a warm evening. A nice cool beer to wash it down. Right then, question number 11. What actress, and this is a two-word answer, I need her first name, starting with the letter M. What actress played the real-life movie roles of Julia Child, Margaret Thatcher, and Catherine Graham? I think the Margaret Thatcher one gives it away a bit there. Two-word answer starting with the letter M. So what actress played the real-life movie roles of Julia Child, Margaret Thatcher, and Catherine Graham? Question number 12, starting with the letter A. According to the New Testament, which of Jesus Christ's apostles was the brother of Simon Peter? So question 12 again. According to the New Testament, which of Jesus Christ's apostles was the brother of Simon Peter? And finally, question 13 in the first round, starting with the letter Y, as in May, accounting for approximately 55,000 deaths worldwide in 2020. What is a viral disease and typically short duration, spread by the bite of an infected mosquito? I've put by the twice. Accounting for approximately 55,000 deaths worldwide in 2020, what is a viral disease of typically short duration, spread by the bite of an infected mosquito? That's a two-word answer. Pretty straightforward. Right then, everybody, fairly straightforward first round. One or two tricky ones, but let's hope you've all scored pretty well on that round. So much so that you can all stay in contention at least. So here are the answers to round one. First of all, Betamax video recording system was introduced by Sony in 1975. Number two, of course, that country that won its independence in 1811 to 1828 was Uruguay. Number three, I was after Napoleon Bonaparte. Number four, what hit song for the band Oasis begins Slip Inside the Eye of Your Mind? That's Don't Look Back in Anger. Don't Look Back in Anger. Number five, the fruit that appears in the Renoir Greek painting, The Son of Man, of course, is an apple. The small toy referred to as a bandolore was a yo-yo. Number seven, measured in millimeters. What's the basic film gauge? It's 35 millimeter. 35 millimeter. Question 8 was interesting. On an American roulette wheel, what green pocket is directly opposite the zero? That's 00. 00. Well done if you got that, because that's something I did not know. Doesn't happen on a European roulette wheel, apparently. Question number 9. Although it only lasted 18 minutes, the Battle of San Jacinto gave what republic its independence from Mexico? That was Texas. Of course, at that time, Texas was a republic. Number 10, I was after Holyrood House or Holyrood Palace will do. Number 11, I was after Meryl Streep, that actress. Number 12, of course, the brother of Simon Peter was Andrew. And final number 13, counting approximately 55,000 deaths worldwide. Of course, it was yellow fever. It's called yellow fever because people that contract it can get seriously jaundiced and all their eyes go yellow, hence yellow fever. Right then, everybody, let's have some scores in and see how you've all done in round number 1. One or two testing ones, especially that 00. I wonder whether our American friends knew that one. You'll have to let me know. We'll see what the scores come in. Right then, everybody. Georgie and Rory and Linda start off with a fantastic 10. We've got David and Anderson with 13 points. That's a good start. 40 Fox 86 with a 10. We've got Mike Yates on 13 points. Ian Miller on 11. Mick and Bev are on 13 points. John and the famous five. They're on 13 points. Jed and Tracy are on 12. We've got the Teasers on 13 points. Jane and Graham Gifford are on 13. Split the Difference are on 13. Home Alone 6 are on 12. Trish, Paul and the gang from Hove are on 13 points. We've got Lisa Lasky, Team UK, USA. I thought they would have 13 points. Pick MX on 12. PRS, 13 points. Roulette was in the Chris Moore's show in the week. Oh, was it? Oh, there we have. Oh, that's why everybody's got it. Never mind. Pennygrams on 11. Weak Links are on 12. Michelle said hello. All a sad 9 playing on my own tonight. Cricket window. Oh dear. Never mind, Michelle. Doing very well. Good score. 9 if you're on your own. Kevin Keenan and Rugby Rotary Club. Good evening to you lot. It's a fantastic 13 points. And Don Quixote are also on 13 points. So great to see so many teams have scored very well on that first round. Oh, I thought there were 1 or 2 tricky ones in there. Never mind. Let's see whether you can trip you up with a bit of science and nature. As I forecast, there's a few more people than I thought possibly signed in after that round of 1. So we've now got 57 online. What's that? Clive was doing the wrong quiz. Why had he signed into last week's or something? Of course, if you signed actually in to do the wrong quiz, because you should be watching 120, not. Never mind. Right then, round number 2 is a science and nature round. We all look for this. I always like science and nature rounds. Now, this is a bit tricky to get your head around, but never mind, you'll get the idea. Question number 1 is all about mobile phones. What 3-letter acronym is commonly used by mobile network operators to allow users to keep their mobile phone number when changing networks? I only need the abbreviation. I don't know the acronym. I don't need you to write down the 3 words. So question number 1, what 3-letter acronym is commonly used by mobile network operators to allow users to keep their mobile phone number when changing networks? I'm sure we've probably all done it at one time in the past. It's always infuriating when you have to go to your network provider to get this special number. Yes, I think they've made it easier now. Used to be particularly tricky, but never mind. Right then, question number 2. Sometimes used in alternative medicine. Royal jelly is a substance secreted from what small animal? Mick Roberts just got one this week for my retirement tomorrow. Oh, happy retirement, Mick. I'll have to sing you happy retirement or something. Kevin's just saying we couldn't get for some time. What's that mean? That mean you couldn't get on tonight, Kevin? Yeah, I made a bit of a mess with the link tonight. I pressed go live only to realise my camera wasn't plugged in, so it didn't show a screen. So I quickly stopped it in the vain hope that I could restart it, but no, I then had to start all over again. So that's what went wrong tonight. Right, question number 3. What does the M stand for in the medical imaging technique MRI? So question number 3, what does the letter M stand for in the medical imaging technique known as MRI? I'm sure most of us, certainly people my age, will have had an MRI scan of some description in their life. Question number 4. What species of shark is responsible for the largest number of fatal, unprovoked shark attacks on humans? Come on, we should all know that. We've all watched the movie. So question 4 again. What species of shark is responsible for the largest number of fatal, unprovoked shark attacks on humans? Question number 5, cryosurgery involves the use of what to destroy abnormal or diseased tissue? So question 5 again, cryosurgery involves the use of what to destroy abnormal or diseased tissue? Now, what's everybody doing tomorrow for the bank holiday then? Is everybody out anywhere nice? I think we're going out for the day, probably. Taking the grandkids out somewhere, I think. Well, I'm the kids. Question number 6. A 2003 mission saw which country follow Russia and the USA to become the 3rd country to independently send humans into space? So a 2003 mission saw which country follow Russia and the United States of America to become the 3rd country to independently send humans into space? Aha, Home Alone 6, we're travelling to Hastings. That sounds good. I presume that means Hastings on the south coast, not the village of Hastings in... Martin's off to Wales. Blimey. Right, question number 7. This is an interesting question. Now listen carefully because Lydia will write it in the chat anyway. Which of the following is not one of the 2 categories into which bone marrow in humans is commonly grouped? I'll give you the choice. Is it white bone marrow, red bone marrow, or yellow bone marrow? So question 7 again. Which of the following is not one of the 2 categories into which bone marrow in humans is commonly grouped? I'll give you the choice. Is it white bone marrow, red bone marrow, or yellow bone marrow? That's a tricky question. Not something you can check readily, is it, I suppose? A bit tricky, that one, so I expect you a bit of an argument amongst the teams to try and come up with an answer for that one. Question number 8. What animal has a name that is derived from Greek terms meaning nose and horn? Jack is saying, we have a family down in Stafford and I'm staying over for my youngest granddaughter's 1st birthday. Well, you have a great time, Jack. That sounds good. So question 8 again, what animal has a name that is derived from the Greek terms meaning nose and horn? Question number 9. What weekly medical journal was founded in 1823 by English surgeon Thomas Wakely and was named after the surgical instrument that is more commonly known as the scalpel? Deansy said, Picnic on Hampstead Heath. Something about Hampstead. I don't know what I was doing this week. I was reading something about Hampstead, Dean. Isn't it Hampstead Station on the London Underground that's got the deepest on the network or something? Something like that. Something daft. Never mind. Oh dear. Question number 9 again. What weekly medical journal was founded in 1823 by English surgeon Thomas Wakely and was named after the surgical instrument that is more commonly known as the scalpel? And finally, in this tricky science and nature round, what name is given to the young of a bat? No, not small bats. So what? And finally, in this tricky science and nature round, what name is given to the young of a bat? Jane saying, off for a pub lunch with son and family. That sounds lovely, Jane. Sounds lovely. Baby bat. Well, baby hedgehog's a hoglet, isn't it, or something like that? Maybe it's a batlet. Okay, then, everybody. There were one or two testing questions in there, especially towards the end. But hopefully, you've done all right. So let's do some marking on that science and nature round and see how we've done. We started off with that acronym, that 3-letter acronym. It's a type of code that you need from your mobile network operator. It's called a PAC code, which actually stands for Porting Authorization Code for all those that really want to know. Question number 2 is a B, of course. That's where we get royal jelly from. Number 3, what does the letter M stand for in the medical imaging technique, MRI? That's magnetic, as in magnetic resonance imaging. Number 4, species of shark, of course, is the great white shark. Cryosurgery involves the use of extremely low temperatures to kill abnormal or diseased tissue. So something to do with extremely low temperatures. Number 6, it was China that followed the USA and Russia to send their own kind into space. Number 7, which of the following is not one of the 2 categories into which bone marrow in humans is commonly grouped? I gave you the choice, was it white, red, or yellow? It's white bone marrow that doesn't exist, apparently. You can either have red bone marrow or yellow bone marrow. Don't ask. Number 8, of course, is the rhinoceros. Number 9, that weekly medical journal is better known as the Lancet. And finally, number 10, the tricky round came to an abrupt end with this. The name of a bat is called a pup, apparently, a pup. So well done if you got the pup for a bat. Ian put baby down and he's put hedgehog's stave tonight. He means starve. That's what he means. The hedgehogs are going to starve tonight. I doubt it, Ian. They'll root some insects out tonight. Right then, everybody, let's have some scores in, see how we fared after that round, see whether we've still got anybody with a full score. Mick Roberts, full score, 23 points. PRS, 23 points. David Anderson on 20. Footy Fox, 86 on 20. We've got Clive and Janet and Teasers on 23 points. Jed and Tracy are on 21. We've got the Famous 5 on 20. Jane and Graham Gifford on 21. Georgie and Georgie and Rory and Linda are on a fantastic 18. Don Cusotti are on 22. Mike Yates is on 22. Split the Difference are on 23. Weak Links are doing all right on 20 points with Pick a Mix on 21 points. Faye's on 18 points. Michelle saying, pleased I got Pup. She's on 16 points. Well played, Michelle. Not really easy on your own, I have to say, but well done indeed. So some great scores there, a few 23s. Any more scores to come in, or are we all done for that round? Oh, Trish, the Ridge Race, fantastic, 23 points, well played, the Ridge Race. Right, then, everybody, round number 3 tonight is an initial letter link. Oh, we got Lisa Lasky also just come in, Team UK, USA, fantastic, 22 points, well played them. Now then, round number 3 is an entitled initial letter link. We've got 10 questions. They're all general knowledge, where the answer to the final question can be spelt out by rearranging the first letters of the first 9 answers. I think we've done this every week for a while. Penny Graham was on 20. She was going to say a batlet, but changed it to pup. Well done. It could have been a batlet, but clearly wasn't. Oh, dear. Ian saying 16, think I'm going to have to pack in tonight, getting very loud. See you Wednesday. Well, I'll see you then, Ian. You have a great night. All right, mate, no problem at all. And the Rugby Rotary Club and Kevin Kiernan with a fantastic 21 points. Right then, the initial letter link. Let's see how we get on with this little lot. Question number 1, with its name being the school nickname of its founder, which internet-based card company was founded by Nick Jenkins in 2000 and sold in 2011 for an estimated £120 million? Seems an awful lot, I have to say. So question number 1, with its name being the school nickname of its founder, which internet-based card company was founded by Nick Jenkins in 2000 and sold in 2011 for an estimated £120 million. I suppose that's how to do business, isn't it? Question number 2, bit of geography. Situated 9.1 degrees west, what is the most westerly capital city on mainland Europe? So question 2 again, situated 9.1 degrees west, what is the most westerly capital city on mainland Europe? Question number 3, going on to become Mayor of Greater Manchester, who finished second in the 2015 Labour Party leadership election that saw Jeremy Corbyn become the party's new leader? He's often on the telly, they often interview him, so you should know this guy. So question 3 again, going on to become Mayor of Greater Manchester, who finished second in the 2015 Labour Party leadership election that saw Jeremy Corbyn become the party's new leader? Question number 4, this plays rather to Team UK-USA. Which Pacific Northwest US state is nicknamed the Beaver State? So question 4 again, which Pacific Northwest US state is nicknamed the Beaver State? Now do remember, of course, if you can work out the connection at the end, well, not the connection, get the word right, then you can check your answers later. So you're not desperate if you don't know that one, you can always leave it for a second. Question number 5, on the TV show Countdown, one round involves contestants trying to make the longest word possible from how many chosen letters? So question 5 again, on the TV show Countdown, one round involves contestants trying to make the longest word possible from how many chosen letters? Not sure as I've put that down right, but never mind. Kind of makes half sense, I suppose. Question number 6, a famous line from a film. I'm also just a girl standing in front of a boy asking him to love her is a famous line from which 1990s film? So question 6 again. I'm also just a girl standing in front of a boy asking him to love her is a famous line from which 1990s film? Question number 7, staying with a bit of film and TV really, broadcast between 1985 and 1987, The Colbys was a spin-off from which other American TV soap opera? So broadcast between 1985 and 1987, The Colbys was a spin-off from which other American TV soap opera? Very famous, that one. Don't think too long or too hard. Question number 8, something to do with beer. Described as the beer that makes the days fly by, what is Homer Simpson's favourite brand of beer? Could be Atomic, of course, but it's not. So question number 8, described as the beer that makes the days fly by, what is Homer Simpson's favourite brand of beer? Question number 9. Based in Qatar, which international Arabic news channel has a name that means the island, as it claims to be the only independent news network in the Middle East? So question 9 again. Based in Qatar, which international Arabic news channel has a name that means the island, as it claims to be the only independent news network in the Middle East? That's a 2-word answer. And finally, question number 10. The first letters of the previous 9 answers can be rearranged to spell the title of which film, which was based on a non-fiction book by Jessica Bruder that had the subtitle Surviving America in the 21st Century. That's quite interesting. It's a 1-word answer I'm after. So the first letters of the previous 9 answers can be rearranged to spell the title of which film that was based on a non-fiction book by Jessica Bruder that had the subtitle Surviving America in the 21st Century. It's a 1-word answer, and it is 9 letters long, of course. Well, I'm going to give you a minute to try and work that one out because it was a bit tricky. Even the film itself, it's something I haven't seen yet, but must go and watch that. To help you a little bit with that one, it is a very recent film, 2020 release date. As far as I know. I haven't checked it, but... How are we all faring with that? Are we all swearing at it? Michelle said, I need to call a friend. Well, you can call me, Michelle, but unfortunately my phone's engaged looking at me at the moment. Send me a text and I'll send you a clue. I'm sure you'll have heard of the film, Michelle. I'm trying some beer at the moment. It's claiming to be a hopped up modernist milkshake. What's wrong with just calling it beer? Or I was going to mention what Homer's beer was, but nearly gave the game away with that one. Right then, everybody, does anybody need any extra time, or are we about done? Some people. Right then, everybody, let's do some marking after that round, see how we're fared. We started off with Nick Jenkins, who founded a company called Moonpig. Kevin needs some more time. Sorry, Martin. Kevin, even I'll give you a little bit more time. Try and work it out. I've given you the first one there. Don't put that down if you didn't know it. Well, it appears a lot of people are travelling a bit tomorrow. One of the teams is going down to Hastings. That sounds an interesting trip out. You're going there for a few days, or is it just for one day, Carol? You'll have to let me know. And got others going to Stafford, and Martin's going off to Wales. I think we're going off to sunny Pittsford Reservoir, I think, tomorrow. And take the kids round. Take a pack up with us. Sounds good if the weather's good. Faye's just put Jackie and I are struggling, giving a lack of knowledge about beavers. Nice one, Faye. The beaver state. I'm sorry if everybody's struggling. Right, here we go then. Let's go through some answers. School nickname for that founder of that card company. Of course, that card company were better known as Moonpig or moonpig.com. Number 2, the most westerly capital city on mainland Europe is Lisbon. Well done if you got that. Number 3, that mayor of Greater Manchester, of course, is Andy Burnham. Number 4, the Pacific Northwest US state, nicknamed the Beaver State, is Oregon. Number 5, the TV show Countdown. It's 9, of course, 9 letters I was after. Number 6, I'm also a girl standing in front of a boy asking him to love her is a famous line from Notting Hill. Well done if you got that. Number 7, of course, was Dynasty, where the Colbys came off from. Number 8 was better known as Duff Beer. Number 9, that Arabic news channel is better known as Al Jazeera. I'm sure you all knew that. And finally, the first letter of the previous 9 answers can be rearranged to spell the title of which film. That's Nomadland. Nomadland. It won, what did it win? It won an Oscar for something or other. I think it was Best Director, actually, Oscar. But never mind, somebody's going to correct me on that one. But Nomadland was the answer. It's a film I haven't seen, so we'll have to watch that one sometime in the future. Right then, everybody, let's have some scores in. See how I've all done. Right, Ridgeway's fantastic so far. Trish Ridgway, 33 points. Georgie and Rory and Linda are on a fantastic 28 points. PRS are on 33 points. Lisa Lasky, Team UK, USA, 32 points. Jed and Tracy are on 29. Mike Yates is doing very well tonight on 31 points. Got split the difference on 33. Fabulous 5 are on 30. Weak Links are on 30. David and Anderson are on 28. Got Jane and Graham Giffen on 30. Home Alone 6 on 33 points. Pick and Mix are on 30. Footy Fox 86 are on 28. Don Quizzote are on 32. Clive and Janet and the Teasers are on 33 points. We got Nick Roberts on 33 points. Sorry, Home Alone 6. Actually, we're on 32. Oops, never mind. 32 for Home Alone 6. Well played them. Michelle, 21, keeping it honest, if ashamed of score, never mind. That's great, Michelle. You keep there. Rugby Road Club are on 31 points. Faye saying 10 out of 10, 28. Apparently, Beavers are more familiar to us than we first thought. Well spotted. And Penny Graham is on a fantastic 26 points. Well played, Penny. Right then. Oh, we've got the fan out now. Doors open, fans out. Just got to plug it in. Get a bit of... It gets a bit warm in our house, I have to say. That's the problem. We're having a super insulated house. And I mean super insulated because it's above 100 on the old insulation scale, whatever they call it. Anyway, that's by the by. Right then, round number 4 is entitled Art and Literature. Art and Literature. So, 10 testing questions on art and literature. Let's see how you fare with this little lot. Oh, I've got them cocked up round question number 1. That doesn't read proper at all. Just give me a second. Let me just, I need to just look something up, make sure I'm not just talking rubbish, which is normal. Just give me a second. Speak amongst yourselves for a second. We didn't spot that, Lids, did we? This doesn't read right, that at all.
Tell me what you're about.
I don't know what the title is. Oh, right. It's all right. I am stupidity as normal, but never mind. Right, let's get going then. I should have put it in inverted commas, then I want to know what the hell I was doing. Sorry. Just correct it while I'm doing it, and then I know what I'm doing. Right, here we go then. Question number 1. The 1962 novel Something Wicked This Way Comes By Ray Bradbury takes its title from a line in which William Shakespeare play? Robin's saying I spread the blame onto Lydia. We read through all the questions, you know, as they do at Mastermind to make sure they're all right, but never mind. So question number 1, the 1962 novel Something Wicked This Way Comes By Ray Bradbury takes its title from the line in which William Shakespeare play? That's a tricky one. Question number 2. Which nonsense poem written by Lewis Carroll first appeared in the novel Through the Looking Glass? I'm sure we should know that one. So which nonsense poem written by Lewis Carroll first appeared in his novel Through the Looking Glass? I'll have to amend this one as well, Liz. The date is wrong at the beginning. Question number 3. Beginning in 1907, which of the following art periods comes first? Now, I'm going to give you the choice. Is it Art Deco, Surrealism, or Cubism? Sorry, Robin. So question 3 again, beginning in 1907, which of the following art periods comes first? I'll give you the choice. Is it Art Deco, Surrealism, or Cubism? Can I have a quick argument amongst yourselves about that one? Question number 4 is a bit easier. Which author of features on the reverse of a Bank of England £10 notes first issued in 2017? So question 4 again, which author features on the reverse of Bank of England £10 notes which were first issued in 2017? Question number 5, meaning Museum of the Meadow, in reference to the wild field that had previously occupied the area. In which European capital city would you find the Prado Museum? Took a bit of time to find out what that actually meant. So meaning Museum of the Meadow, in reference to the wild field that had previously occupied the area. In which European capital city would you find the Prado Museum? Question number 6. Hokusai was a Japanese artist, painter, and printmaker. He is best known for what blockwood print considered the most recognizable work of Japanese art in the world? I will accept a couple of answers for that. So, Hokusai was a Japanese artist, painter, and printmaker. He is best known for what woodblock print considered the most recognizable work of Japanese art in the world? I'm sure Robin will know that one straight away, having been there. Question number 7. Which 2008 novel was the first in a trilogy by Suzanne Collins that was completed by the 2000 novel Catching Fire and the 2010 novel Mockingjay? That might give it away. So question 7 again. Which 2008 novel was the first in a trilogy by Suzanne Collins that was completed by the 2009 novel Catching Fire and the 2010 novel Mockingjay? The fan's making some strange noise. Question number 8. How old exactly is the title character in the title of the first book in Sue Townsend's Adrian Mole series? Question 8 again. How old exactly is the title character in the title of the first book in Sue Townsend's Adrian Mole series? Question number 9. Don't think too long and hard about this one. Published in 1948. Which UK Prime Minister wrote the book Painting as a Pastime? So question 9 again. Published in 1948. Which UK Prime Minister wrote the book Painting as a Pastime? And finally, question 10, the heroine of a series of children's books by Paddington author Michael Bond, what type of animal is Olga de Polga? Joy must have seen that. So the heroine of a series of children's books by Paddington author Michael Bond, what type of animal is Olga de Polga? Right, that was a tricky round, wasn't it? However, I say that, and there's about 5 teams it's still on full scores at the moment. So let's hope we've chipped one of them up with one of those at least. We will see. Ooh. Sorry, looking at the keyboard. Right then, everybody, I think we've probably had long enough. It's one of those tricky rounds there. So here we go then. Question number 1, the 1962 novel Something Wicked This Way Comes by Ray Bradbury takes its title from a line in which William Shakespeare played. That's Macbeth. Well done if you got that. Number 2, of course, that nonsense poem was called Jabberwocky. Number 3, beginning in 1907, which of the following art periods came first? I gave you the choice. Was it Art Deco, Surrealism or Cubism? It was Cubism, which apparently started in 1907, followed by Art Deco in 1909 and Surrealism in the 1920s. Question number 4, of course, was Jane Austen on the back of the £10 note. Number 5, meaning Museum of the Meadow. The Prado is in Madrid. Well done if you got that. Number 6, Hokusai, Japanese artist. Of course, he's best known for the picture called The Great Wave, or The Great Wave off Kanagawa. But I will accept Wave or Great Wave off Kanagawa because that's a bit more complicated, but never mind. You'll recognise it as soon as you see that picture. You might like to look that up just to remind yourself that it was Hokusai that did it. Number 7, in fact, one of his paintings, one of the prints sold for over $1 million a few years back. But as it was made on the wood block, apparently the wood block has deteriorated, so none of the modern prints can be anywhere near as good as the originals. Number 7, which 2008 novel was first in a trilogy by Suzanne Collins? That was called The Hunger Games, of course. Number 8, how old exactly is the title character? Adrian Mole was 13 3/4. 13 3/4. Number 9, of course, 1948 published. It was Winston Churchill. He liked a bit of dabbling with a bit of art. And finally, number 10, Olga de Polga is a guinea pig. A guinea pig. Well done if you got that. Right then, perhaps they weren't all that hard. There were 1 or 2 there, a bit tricky, especially the odd painting by Japanese artists, whatever, but never mind. Let's see how we've all fared with that round, and let's have some scores in. Don't be afraid to get your scores down, so to speak. Right, we've actually got 60 people online taking part at the moment from various parts of the country. Nick Roberts doing remarkably well, 42 points. We've got Georgie and Rory and Linda on a fantastic 37. The famous 5 not far behind Mick on 39 points. We've got Home Alone 6 on 41 points. The Weak Links are on 38 points. Footy Fox 86 is on 34. We have PRS on 42 points. The Ridgeways, Trish Ridgway, 40 points. Jed and Tracy are on 34. They say crashed big time. That was a bit of a tricky round, that one. Pick a Mix on 38 points. Split the Difference on 43 points. They're yet to drop a point. And Clive and Janet the Teasers also on 43 points. They're yet to drop a point. Faye's on 34 points. David Ann Anderson on 35 with Jane and Graham Gifford on 37 points. Mike Yates has moved on to 36 points. Kevin Keane and the Rugby Rotary Club, they're doing very well, 40 points. Team UK, USA, and a very respectable 42 points. So well played them. Right then, everybody in the 40s at the moment is doing remarkably well. So let's see how we fare with round number 5, which is entitled Connections. We've now got 2 sets of 4 questions. They're all general knowledge, plus questions asking for a connection between the answers of each set. So set of 4 and then an answer, another set of 4 and then another answer. Michelle's putting, I'm here, but ashamed to put score in. Never mind, Michelle. That was a tricky round. It's not easy. Art and literature on your own. I don't know whether you got Hokusai, but maybe you did. Right, then here we go. Question number 1. You'll be all right with this one, Michelle? What flavour of liqueur is added to vodka to make a black Russian cocktail? So question number 1, what flavour of liqueur is added to vodka to make a black Russian cocktail? I suppose it makes sense. Question number 2 is a one-word answer I'm after. Because of its unusual softness and appearance, as well as its high cost of production, what is a type of woven tufted fabric material that has often been associated with nobility? So question 2 again, because of its unusual softness and appearance, as well as its high cost of production, what is a type of woven tufted fabric material that has often been associated with nobility? Oh, Don Quixote have just come in with their score of 41 and Penny Graham with 33 points. So well done, Penny and Stuart. Question number 3, another film question. Performing at a club called Exquisite in Tampa in Florida, how is the character of Mike Lane known in the title of a 2012 film and its 2015 sequel?
That's what I thought was happening last night.
So performing at a club called Exquisite in Tampa in Florida, how is the character of Mike Lane known in the title of a 2012 film and its 2015 sequel? That's a 2-word answer. Don't worry about this one, Linda and Rory. Sorry, not Linda. Rory and Georgie. Linda will know this one. She might do. Question number 4. What is the first name of Frank Spencer's wife on the TV show Some Mothers Do Have 'Em? So question 4 again. What is the first name of Frank Spencer's wife on the TV show Some Mothers Do Have 'Em? God dear, they don't come much better than that rubbish, do they? It was so bad I almost enjoyed watching that at times. It was a bit daft. And of course, question number 5, what is the connection between the previous 4 answers? And I'm looking for a 1-word connection, just a 1-word connection that will connect the previous 4 answers. I loved it, said Michelle. Well, so did I, really. Betty. Was a bit daft, though, wasn't it? So for all you... Thanks, Nick, said Roy. Oh, dear. Are you off to Hastings as well tomorrow, Roy? Is it a family trip out? Okay, then everybody, let's crack on with the second round of 4 general knowledge questions, followed by another link. So here we go then. Question number 6. What one word can be used to describe a university teacher, especially a senior member of a college at Oxford or Cambridge? So question number 6, what one word can be used to describe a university teacher, especially a senior member of a college at Oxford or Cambridge? Question number 2 is a bit of science, really, but never mind. Not quite sure as I've worded this as well as it could be, but never mind. Of all of the letters of the alphabet that are also symbols of elements in the periodic table, which comes last alphabetically? So I just need a letter. That's all I need is a letter. So of all the letters of the alphabet that are also symbols of elements in the periodic table, which comes last alphabetically? Question number 8 is one for you to work out if you can. Where in the line of succession to the British throne was Princess Charlotte of Cambridge when she was born in 2015? So question 8 again. Where in the line of succession to the British throne was Princess Charlotte of Cambridge when she was born in 2015? Clive, it's a single letter I'm after. A single letter answer for number 7. Question number 9 is a little easier. What single letter is used as the international vehicle registration code for Germany? So question 9 again. What single letter is used as the international vehicle registration code for Germany? And finally, of course, question number 10. What is the connection between the previous 4 answers? You might like to look at each of your answers carefully and see what you can come up with. Bit of a sneaky connection, that one, by any standards, but never mind. Right. I will give you a minute to try and work out those 2 connections that you need. And, of course, the other 8, the 8 answers to the 8 questions I gave you. Well, it's still crystal clear, the sky, even now at this time of night. There's a little bit of light cloud out there, but still quite light. As I mentioned earlier, a record day for solar production today, nearly 49 kilowatts from my roof, which was a good £7 worth. Pays for tonight's beer, nearly. Not quite. Right, does anybody need any extra time? Just let me know if you want a little bit more time. Be quick to put it in the chat.
Yeah.
I've had one person say yes already. She's close to me. My beautiful wife, Angela, has asked for a little bit more time from her team, I think. What's that? Yes, question number 7, I think, was one letter. Where is it? Yes, it's a single letter, Robin. Single letter. How are we all doing? Anybody need a bit more time? Or are we about there? Yeah, just to clarify that number 7, it is a single letter I'm after. It's the only element with a single letter, the last one with a single letter in the table of elements. Right then, Trisha's saying, move on, Nick. More time, please, saying Chris. It's a bit tricky when you're fighting against people who want a bit more time, a bit less time. But never mind. I will give you exactly 30 seconds and then we'll crack on. Just time for me to open a bottle of beer. That's about 30 seconds worth, isn't it? We're now testing out Oakham Citra, a favourite of mine. Right then, everybody, time's up. So here we go. 2 sets of general knowledge questions. What flavour of liqueur is added to vodka to make a black Russian cocktail? That's coffee. Number 2, because it's unusual softness and appearance and associated with nobility, it was velvet I was after. Number 2, performing at the club called the Exquisite in Tampa, Florida. I was the title of... I was the character of Mike Lane known in the title of the film. That's Magic Mike, of course. Number 4, Frank Spencer's wife was called Betty. And, of course, the connection is black. It's also actually songs, but I will accept black. Black Coffee by All Saints, Black Velvet by Alana Miles, Black Magic by Little Mix, and Black Betty by Ram Tam. But I will accept the word black. That's fine. Question number 6, what one word can be used to describe a university teacher, especially a senior member of the college at Oxford or Cambridge? That's a don. Number 7, of all the letters of the alphabet that are symbols of elements in the periodic table, which comes last alphabetically? That's Y for yttrium. It is the only single letter on its own. Question number 8, where in the line of succession to the British throne was Prince Charlotte of Cambridge when she was born in 2015. She was 4th in line of succession. And number 9, the single letter used in the International Vehicle Registration Code for Germany is D. And of course, the connection, they're all rivers. The Don, the Y, the Forth, and the D. So well done if you got that. If you put Tia Maria for the Black Russian, it still works. Black Maria, well done. Right, then everybody, let's have some scores in, see how you've all fared. Right, we've got Jed and Tracy. Very good. 40 points. Well played, Jed and Tracy. We have the Wheat Links who have moved on to 47. The Ridgeways, however, doing very well tonight. Remarkably good on 50 points. Ian's just said, Ian is Butler Sheriff. Sorry not being able to join us tonight. Never mind, Ian. I hope you enjoyed what you've seen anyway so far. Georgie Lambert, 46 for the Yorkies and Linda. Pick and Mix are also on 46. Mick Roberts has moved on to a very respectable. That's Mick and Bev on 49 points. Only just been able to connect, kept getting message connected device running. Oh, yeah. That was the old one. Faye was on 40 points. Kevin Kiernan and the Rugby Roach Club on 50 points. Now that's a cracking score. Jane and Graham on 45. We've got Famous 5 on 47 points. Home Alone 6 on 51 points. We've got Clive and Janet. The Teasers 53 points. Out in the lead at the moment. 40 Fox 86 and moved on to 42 with PRS on 50. Split the difference are now on 52 points with Lisa Lasky, Team UK, USA on 51 points. Don Quixote, you're doing a fantastic job on 50 points, and David Ann Anderson on 42 points. Yes, Ian, I'm sorry about that. As I say, I mucked the link up tonight. It was all ready to go live, and I was looking at something else and pressed the button, didn't realise my camera wasn't connected. And, of course, once you start with no camera connected, you can't connect it. So you have to start a new link, which I did. And, of course, if you get that message, you need to. That is why it's important to subscribe to my YouTube channel, because if you do, you've just got to go to my YouTube channel and you'll see there is a live feed straight away. So next time, go straight to Nick's YouTube channel, which, of course, is Pewee1957. So it's fairly easy to find. And there is a subscribe button at the bottom of the screen, which makes it a lot easier. If you can't find it, it's probably because I've mucked up, but there we have it. Right then, everybody, some great scores in there. So let's see how we fare in the last round. We've still got, it appears that the Teasers on 53 points are in the lead at the moment. But we have a number of teams. We've got Split the Difference. We've got Don Quixote. We've got Team UK USA on 51, PRS 50, Home Alone 6, 51, Rugby Rose Club 50, Trish Ridgeway 50. So some fantastic scores in there tonight. Well done in all, because I didn't think this was a particularly easy quiz. I keep trying to make it a little bit harder for you all, but you seem to be getting cleverer. That's what it's all about. Right then, question number 1 is basically an anagram. It's a 9-letter anagram I'm after. It's a single word answer. So question number 1, what 9-letter word can be made combining the words dope gauge? That's D-O-P, see it, sorry, D-O-P-E, gauge, G-U-A-G-E. And the clue tonight is a strict or pedantic teacher. A strict or pedantic teacher. So I'm after a 9-letter word that can be made by combining the words dope and gauge. Lydia will put it in the chat column so you can read it. Makes it a bit easier for you. Take those letters, try and rearrange them. It's a single 9-letter word. Right, let one of your team work that one out while we get on to number 2. Question number 2. The names of 4 states of the USA begin and end with the same letter. Arizona, Alabama, and another one, I've put Arizona twice, are 3, but what? Oh, God, no. The 3 beginning with A. I've put Arizona twice. Oh, stupid board. So Arizona, Alabama, and another one beginning with A has 3. But what is the 4th? I better look that up. I've made a mess of that. Lids is going to look that up for me.
There's 4.
Got to end and start with the same letter.
Alaska.
Oh, Alaska. That's what we got missing. Right. Well done, Lydia. So the names of 4 states of the USA begin and end with the same letter. Arizona, Alabama, and Alaska are 3, but what is the 4th? I like these shows. She's put Home Alone. It's up to you to bring the honours of winning tonight. Perhaps you should have zoomed in, Michelle, and you could have zoomed with each other and had a combined crick 7. I'm going to drop a word out of this one, Lee. Next one.
Okay.
Just listen carefully. Let's see. Question number 3. The SS postcode area covers which town and its immediate surrounding environs? So question 3 again. The SS postcode area covers which town and its immediate surrounding environs? It's nothing to do with Germany. Just in case you wanted to know. Oh, God. I made a mistake on that one as well. Question number 4. After imperial seal, it should say the country rather than the language. How are we doing? Well, we're keeping up there. Right, question number 4. What flower is depicted in the imperial seal of Japan and appears in the name of the throne of the Japanese emperor? Need to know your national flowers of Japan, I suppose. So what flower is depicted in the imperial seal of Japan and appears in the name of the throne of the Japanese emperor? Question number 5, this is definitely for the Giffords, apparently, after my brother Steve let on that they were experts on the London Underground system. So question number 5, the Underground name first appeared on London stations in what decade of the 20th century? Now, I'm going to give you a choice. Was it the 1900s, the 1910s, or the 1920s? So the actual word, the Underground, name first appeared on London stations in what decade of the 20th century? I'll give you the choice. Was it in the 1900s, 1910s, or the 1920s? Right, then you got the tricky ones out of the way now. So straight run to the end. So here we go then. Question 2. Start with it. What's that? No, Penny. That's not the idea. 3 of the states start with an A. It could start with an A, but it doesn't. So you're looking for another state that starts and ends with the same letter. Okay. It would be most unusual if the only ones that started and ended would all started with the same letter, but never mind. Right, question number 6. The song Hopelessly Devoted to You, sounds like me and the wife, was written for the film adaptation of which Broadway musical? So question 6 again. The song Hopelessly Devoted to You was written for the film adaptation of which Broadway musical? I'm sure you won't slip up on that one. See ya. Sorry. Actually, that is something we haven't had tonight. Jokes. Come on, Roy. What's happened to the joke of the night award? You could win that on your own because we haven't had any. And any birthdays, of course. I haven't had any singing tonight either. So if it's anybody's birthday, do feel free to let me know. It's not too late, you know. Question. Penny saying thanks. Yeah. Spot on, Penny. Right. Question number 7. What game of dropping twigs off a bridge into a stream was played by the fictional youth Christopher Robin and his friends? So question number 7. What game of dropping twigs off a bridge into a stream was played by the fictional youth Christopher Robin and friends? Right then, question number 8. You know you've got to have an Indian question in there every week if it's my quiz. What word, meaning a massive, inexorable force that seems to crush everything in its way, is taken from the name of a Hindu god whose image is carried on a great cart? So question number 8, what word, meaning a massive, inexorable force that seems to crush everything in its way, is taken from the name of a Hindu god whose image is carried on a great cart?
God, this is a bit long.
Good joke, Dean. That could win joke of the night because it's the first one we've had. I dreamt my bed was full of sheep. When I woke up, it was bedlam. That's very funny, actually. Yeah, sorry. Made me laugh anyway. It was bedlam. I see you're using that word, dreamt, the only word in the English language ending with MT, isn't it, or something? Didn't we have that the other week? Right, question number 9. In L. Frank Baum's classic 1900 book, Wonderful Wizard of Oz, which character follows Dorothy to the Emerald City to get her heart from the wizard? So question 9 again. In L. Frank Baum's classic 1900 book, The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, which character follows Dorothy to the Emerald City to get her heart from the wizard? And finally, question number 10. Carol Jackson will get this one straight away. In which fictional town would you be most likely to come across Mr. Troop, the town clerk, Chippy Minton, the carpenter, and Mrs. Cobbett, the florist? So question 10 again. In which fictional town would you be most likely to come across Mr. Troop, the town clerk, Chippy Minton, the carpenter, that's the one that gives it away, and Mrs. Cobbett, the florist? Come on, we all heard of Chippy Minton, surely. Too late. The brains of war. Right then, everybody, that's all 10 in that round. Now then, there were a couple of tricky ones there. But hopefully you've negotiated your way through that lot. It is going to be a straight fight to the end. Will the teasers end up tonight's winners as they were just 1 point ahead of everybody else, or have they dropped a point in that round? We are yet to see. There were a couple of tough ones in there. Carol's just saying, been at a friend's barbecue, missed your quiz, back on Wednesday. Cornish type. Well done, Carol. There's a couple actually of barbecues tonight. I've had a few people say they're at barbecues tonight, which is fair enough. It's a hot night. I don't blame you. Right then, they've arrived, right? The troops have arrived, have they, Michelle? Just as you got to the last question. Mind you, they can quickly read through the last round and maybe help you with those. Right, I'll just give you a second while Michelle gets Charlie and James to look over the answers. Okay then, everybody, let's do some marking, see how we've fared right to the end, see whether we've got a full score tonight. Right, that 9-letter word I was after, combining the words dope gauge. Your clue was a strict pedantic teacher. That's a pedagogue. A pedagogue. Well done if you got that. Number 2, the names of 4 states of the USA begin and end with the same letter. Arizona, Alabama, and Alaska are 3. But what was the 4th? That's Ohio. Well done, Michelle. Says no, I stand alone. Number 3, the SS postcode area. It doesn't cover Germany. But which town and its immediate surroundings and environs? That's Southend-on-Sea. Southend-on-Sea. Well done if you got that. I nearly put seaside town, but we got rid of that and just put town down. Number 4 is a bit trickier. What flower is depicted in the imperial seal of Japan? That is the chrysanthemum. The chrysanthemum. Number 5, the Underground name first appeared on London stations in what decade of the 20th century? It was the 1900s. In fact, it was 1908 when they finally put it on stations. Called it the Underground. Number 6, of course, Hopelessly Devoted to You was from the film adaptation of which Broadway musical? That was Grease. Number 7 was Pooh Sticks. They were playing off the bridge. Number 8 was a juggernaut. It comes from the Hindu god Jagannatha, surprisingly. Number 9 was the Tin Man that was after a heart. And finally, number 10, it was Trumpton. I was after Chippy Minton, Mrs. Corbett, and Mr. Troop. All from Trumpton. So well done if you got that. Right then, everybody, that's the end of tonight's quiz. Let's have some scores in, see how they've all fared, see whether the teachers have actually dropped a point or not. Maybe they haven't. They have giant beavers in Ohio. Jackie's still on about her beavers. Fair play to you, Jackie. Dave Anderson, Dave and Anne are on a fantastic 51 points. Well played. Georgie and Rory and Linda are tonight on 54 points. Well played, you two. 3 even. Sorry, Jed and Tracy are on a fantastic 49 points. Rugby Rose Club end up on 59 points. That's a cracking score. The Wheat Links end up on 54. We got PRS on 59 points. Mick and Bev have done very well on their own, 56 points. We've got John O'Rourke and the Famous 5 on 57 points. Faye has said 44 for them. Paul, Trish, Ridgeways from other parts all over the country, 58 points. Well played, the Ridgeways. That's a cracking score. Footy Fox 86 are on 46 points. We've got Jane and Graham Gifford. I wonder whether he got that one about London Underground. You'll have to let me know. 53 points. Don Quixote end up on 58 points. Split the difference. Have done very well. 62 points. That could be a winning score. Leslie Barrett also very respectable. 52 points. Well done, Leslie. Pooh Sticks. So does Mud. He got 9 out of 10 on that last round. Well played him. Team finish on 58. Dropped a few that time, but happy with the score. That's a cracking score, Lisa, and well played. The Teasers, however, they've ended up with 63 points. That's a full house tonight. So congratulations to the Teasers. They seem to be tonight's winners. Well played indeed, because I think if you've done the whole quiz without dropping a point, you've done very well tonight. Mike Yates on a fantastic 50. Home Alone 6, 58 points. But with what Camberwick Green? Oh, no, it could have been, actually. Chippy Minton. Jane got the Underground one, but it was a guess. Oh, well, that's fair enough. Never mind. I'll put that to memory next time. Pick a Mix on 53. Well played, Pick a Mix. Michelle saying, too late to help, but doesn't matter. I had a lovely night. Thank you very much. Penny's put dismal 5. Never mind, Penny. You learn something every week. That's what it's all about. 44 points. Paris is saying, thanks, Nix and Lydia. I think we're unavailable on Wednesday. Mike Yates, thanks for the quiz again, Nick and Lydia. Thank you, says Clive Shaw. So thanks for everybody for taking part tonight. We had a good turnout in the end. I'm sorry about the link at the beginning. That made it a bit tricky for you to find. But do feel free to either hit the like button if you liked it, and do feel free also to just subscribe to the YouTube channel. It doesn't take a second. You only have to hit the button. And if there is a bit of a cock-up, you can't seem to get live, you can just hit that, go straight to my channel, and any live stream appears straight away, because I mucked up the stream tonight, which is not the first time, but never mind, that happens sometimes. So Footy Fox 86 is saying thanks. Andrew Jane is saying thanks. See you Wednesday. The Givens are also thanks, Nick and Lydia. Hope to be around on Wednesday. Chris is also saying thanks, and Nick. And Liz and Clive and Janet, the teasers. Well, congratulations to Clive and Janet and the teasers, because that is a formidable score, 63 points. I'll have to come up with something a bit trickier for you. Perhaps we could have the teasers. no, special, but never mind. Anyway, thanks everybody, and the Ridgeways, and thanks for the extended family for taking part from the Ridgeways. Well done, and I hope you've enjoyed the quiz tonight. It was challenging, but you did very well indeed, as did all the teams tonight. I think it was a great turnout and some great results. So well done, everybody, and I hope you've all learned at least one bit of knowledge tonight, maybe something that you didn't know before, a bit of trivia or whatever else. Even it's when the London Underground name went on the stations. Remember, it was 1908? I forgot myself, but never mind. Right, good night, everybody, and thank you very much for taking part. I'm going to end the stream now, and hopefully we will see a number of you back on Wednesday night, if not next Sunday. So good night all, and thank you very much. We'll see you then. Good night all.